Greetings. Welcome back to my channel, Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My call sign is N8DAV, and the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. Today, I'm going to be doing a very special review on a very interesting antenna. The name of it is Pryme, P-R-Y-M-E. Model number is AL-800. Now, for some of you, or maybe most of you, who don't know anything about this antenna, it's got an interesting history to it, as little as I could find on it. And it gets really, really excellent reviews from everybody who owns one. So kick back, relax, and I will be right back, and we'll start in with all the specifications and everything that goes along with that. All right? All right, thanks a lot. All right. Now, this is the Pryme AL-800. It's kind of a short antenna, but it's extendable, collapsible, right? So as you can see, it's rather long. And it is actually seems to be rather well made. It's a very, very interesting antenna. I've never heard of this before until I started my channel about a year ago. So it's about 1 year anniversary for me. So I would really appreciate all of you who subscribed and are still watching me after a year. Anyway, this antenna, actually many people have asked me to review this antenna, and I've been very, very hesitant to do so. And the reason for that is that this antenna is no longer made. To the best of my knowledge, I can't find the manufacturer. I found who I think is the manufacturer, and they no longer have this on their website. Whether they actually did or not in the first place, I'm not really sure. But anyway, the reason why I was hesitant to test this antenna a year ago was because since it's not made anymore, what's the use, right? If you can't find it or buy it, then if it turns out to be the best antenna in the entire world and you can't buy one, what's the use? Well, as it turns out, I did a little bit of research on this, and it turns out you can find them all over the internet. Now, the thing is that when I bought this, I didn't realize what I was buying. It was a total mistake on my part. I went out to Amazon. I was looking for antennas. I found this antenna. It was rather expensive, actually. It was almost $20. And I said, well, it looks interesting. It looks different from everything else that I've been testing, so let me buy it. Well, when I got it, it came in the packaging. Sorry. This is the package. And it says Pryme right here. I've been asked, and the AL-800. Now, unless this is a fake, and I really doubt that anybody would want to fake an antenna that is not really mass produced per se, I would think that that's probably not the way to go. But not very much is really known about this antenna. So this is going to be a little bit longer video. I do apologize for that. But with the package also comes a short whip antenna that you screw off the extendable part of the antenna and you screw this back onto the base, and it becomes a short whip antenna. And I'll show you how that works here in just a second. I'll unscrew it. And here's the base. And you screw this in place. So I will be testing this both as this little short whip antenna and as the long extendable antenna. All right. And I will be doing some other testing that I may or may not show in the video with the collapsible part either fully extended or fully collapsed, see how well it works. There's no instructions with this antenna, so some collapsible antennas say that they're to be tested or can be used fully collapsed or fully extended only, or both. So I don't know that because there are no instructions. So when we come back, I'll get into the specifications, and then we'll get into all the testing. All right, I will return. All right, here are the specifications. The name of this antenna is Pryme. The model number is AL-800. It's a two-band antenna for 2 meters 70 centimeter. Now, the dimensions of the antenna are 9.5 inches collapsed with the collapsible extendable portion attached to the base, and 33.5 inches fully extended. The short whip antenna on the base is 9 inches. The composition is black steel and rubberized whip with the metal extendable whip portion, and of course the short part is the rubberized whip part. It has an SMA female connector, but interesting to note, the package says it's a BNC connector with an extra sticker on there that does say SMA female. It does state it's a 50 ohm antenna. The SWR is not specified. It does say that it can take up to 50 watts, so that's interesting. Also, there is a gain specified on the packaging, and that is for VHF 3.2 dB and for UHF 5.6 dB. The wave and the resonance is not specified on this antenna at all. All right, so that's it for the specifications. Next time you see me or next time you come back, you'll see that we're going to start with our testing. Be right back. All right, I have my HT antenna test bed set up. I've set up my baseline on the test bed, as I always do. I use a signal stick as my baseline. If I get a 1.1 SWR to 1 or less, then I go ahead and do my testing. If not, there are a couple of things that I can do to try and adjust the SWR to get me down to 1.1 to 1 or less. So now that I've done that, I'm going to be testing this Pryme AL-800 antenna. Now, I've done a little bit of pre-testing on this antenna, and I found that with the collapsible part of the antenna, with it fully collapsed, the SWR is not that great, which is kind of what I expected. But it's definitely better with it fully extended. So here is the Pryme AL-800 antenna with the extendable antenna extended all the way out. We are on the 2 meter calling frequency. We get an SWR of 1.36. Next up, we are testing the Pryme AL-800 extendable antenna, fully extended, on the 70 centimeter band. We get an SWR of 1.96. Next up, we are testing the Pryme AL-800 extendable antenna, fully extended on GMRS channel 16, and we get an SWR of 2.03. And last but not least, with the Pryme AL-800 extendable antenna, fully extended on MERS channel 3. And an SWR of 1.00. Right, we're testing the Pryme AL-800 antenna with the short rubberized whip attached on the 70 centimeter band. And an SWR of 1.94. Next up, we are testing the Pryme AL-800 antenna with the short whip attached on the GMRS channel 16. And we get an SWR of 2.04. All right, like I always do, I always back up every test that I do with the power SWR meter with the NanoVNA antenna analyzer. When I first turn this on, it will default to the 2 meter band calibration that I already have in the NanoVNA. And we get an SWR of 1.302. All right, now we're going to test the Pryme AL-800 antenna on the 70 centimeter band. And we always test at 446. And we come up with an SWR of 2.547. Next up, we are going to test the fully extended Pryme AL-800 antenna, fully extended on the GMRS band, channel 16. And we come up with an SWR of 2.65. And last but not least, we're going to test the Pryme AL-800 fully extended antenna on MERS channel 3. And that is an SWR of 1.14. Next up, we are testing the Pryme AL-800 antenna on with the short whip on the 70 centimeter band. At 446. That is 2.844. Next up, we are testing the Pryme AL-800 antenna with the short whip section on GMRS channel 16. And that is 2.599. All right, now we're doing the field strength testing. As you all know, I use the same radios every single time, fully charged batteries at the same exact distance every single time. The only difference is the antenna that's being transmitted with. So this is the field strength test, and with the results, I will get back with you at the end of the video to explain to you the results of this particular test. So on the 2-meter band, now testing the Pryme AL-800 fully extended antenna on the 70 centimeter band. Now testing the Pryme AL-800 fully extended antenna on GMRS channel 16. And last but not least, I'm testing the Pryme AL-800 fully extended antenna on MURS channel 3. All right, now I have the Pryme AL-800 antenna with the short rubberized whip attached. Based on the prior SWR testing, I've decided not to test this short whip antenna on the 2-meter nor on the MURS channel, which is of course in the 2-meter band. And so we're only going to be testing on 70 centimeter and GMRS because that seems to where this antenna is tuned for. So let's go ahead and test this first on the 70 centimeter band. Now we're testing the Pryme AL-800 antenna with the short rubberized whip attached on GMRS channel 16. If you're enjoying this video, I would really appreciate it if you would like this video. And if you enjoy all my content, or if you want to see more content, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to be notified of any more releases that I make, please click on the bell icon. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for your consideration. All right, here I am back out in Fox Glen Park in Flagstaff, Arizona. This is my favorite park for testing HT and HT antennas. The reason for that is I'm exactly, well, right about 2.6, 2.7 miles from my base station, where I have my repeater set up, my simplex parrot repeater. And in between here and there, I've got several trees, one house, an outbuilding, a freeway overpass, and boy, there's something else. Oh, and a partial hill in between here and there. So it actually is rather tough for antennas to get there and receive back from the signal. So what I do is I rate each test in 2 different ways. What I do is if I do a test and I get back good modulation with very little or no static whatsoever, I rate that as an excellent test. If I get some static but still good modulation, I rate that as a good test. If I get a lot of static but still understandable modulation, I rate that as a fair test. And then if I can't get into the repeater, or I can't hold open the repeater, or if I get so much static back that I can't understand the modulation, I consider that a failing test. All right, so I've got the AL-800 Pryme antenna connected to my radio here, and also I'm going to read the S-meter reading on this radio during the receiving section. So I will let you know what that is as well. Usually a 7 or higher will garner either a good or an excellent test, just to give you an idea. All right, let's try it. This is N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3, and 4. All right, well, I got very little static on that return. That's an excellent test. And the S meter was up to 7 3/4. I think that might be the highest rating that I've gotten so far, and highest S signal I've gotten so far in all my testing. So that's really great. So next thing, when you see me back, I'm going to be testing the short whip, rubberized whip section of this antenna attached. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I've attached the short rubberized section of the whip to the base, and now I'm ready to test this Pryme AL-800 antenna on the UHF 70 centimeter band. This is N8DAV, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is N8DAV, testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I consider that an excellent test too, and I got an S meter reading of 7.5, climbing up towards 7 3/4, but it didn't quite make 7 3/4, but it's right in there between 7.5, 7 3/4. That's excellent. That's an excellent test. I'm very surprised at the performance of this antenna. So I'm very happy with the results, and I'm very surprised with the results. So when we get back, you'll see me back in the shack, and then we can go and review all the test results, and I'll give you my opinion, and which is absolutely meaningless. And then you can decide for yourself if you want to pick up one of these antennas. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back at the shack. So what do you think we learned today? Well, first of all, here's the antenna on the little short one on the radio. Just love that length. That is an excellent length. So what did we learn today? All right, so let's get down into it. SWR on the extended and extendable collapsible type antenna. On 2 meter, we got 1.36 to 1. And that's on the power SWR meter. And on the NanoVNA, 1.302. So backs everything up. On 70 centimeter, we got 1.96 on 70 centimeter, and on the NanoVNA, we got 2.547, pretty close. A little farther off than I would like to see, but still not bad. It's usually what I get. I don't usually have two numbers like the 2 meter that are very, very close. Also on GMRS, 2.03 as compared to the NanoVNA, 2.651. Again, a little bit farther apart than I like, but again, good numbers on both meters. Now, on the MERS channel, which is really surprising to me, well, I shouldn't say surprising. It did well on the 2 meter, so it should have done well on MERS too, and it did. On the power SWR meter, I got a 1-to-1, 1.00. And on the NanoVNA, 1.142. Backs everything up. All right, so we should expect to see some other good numbers here with that extendable antenna. All right, so with the short antenna now, I got, with the power SWR meter, 3.17 on 2 meter, which is not good. I expect anything over 3.0 on HT antennas to not be good. So 3.0 or less is okay. Now with the NanoVNA, I got over 6.085. So not looking too good on that short antenna. With the short antenna on 70 centimeter, with the power SWR meter, I got 1.94, which is good, and 2.844 with the NanoVNA, which is also good. On GMRS, I expect these numbers to also be good, and they were. 2.04 on GMRS channel 16 with the power SWR meter, and the NanoVNA was 2.599. Again, good numbers. I don't expect this antenna to be good on MERS, since it wasn't good on the 2 meter band, and it wasn't. It was 7.83 on MERS channel 3 on the power SWR meter, and 6.243 on the NanoVNA. So it's obvious to me that the extendable and collapsible antenna was tuned for 2 meters, but it did very well on 70 centimeters too, because I'll bet you with the loading coil in that antenna, it's probably half wave on 2 meter and 5/8 wave on 70 centimeter. That's just a guess, but I'm just assuming because of the good results that we got on both bands, that's what's looking good here. Now, the short rubberized whip antenna obviously was only tuned for 70 centimeter or the UHF frequencies, and of course it did well on those. So we're looking good as far as those tests are concerned. Now, with the field strength tests, a lot of times, and most of the times, the field strength tests back up the good results that we get on the power estimator meter and the NanoVNA. So on the extended antenna, we got a field strength reading of 3.0 plus 3.0 dBm, which is about as good as you can get. My meter doesn't go much higher than that. On 70 centimeters, that's excellent, by the way. On 70 centimeters, we got plus 0.7, which is good. It's not excellent, but it's good. On GMRS channel 16, we got plus 1.7, which is excellent. And then on MERS, we got plus 3.1, which is also excellent. So I would expect, based on that, based on the SWR testing and on the field strength testing, that extendable antenna should give us a good field, real-world field strength field strength test that I did. And of course, we're going to get to that in a second. The short rubberized antenna, I didn't bother testing it on 2 meters or MERS. I did get a minus 0.5, which is good on 70 centimeters, and on GMRS, a plus 1.9, which is excellent, which is exactly, how do I say this? It backs up the same kind of results that I got with the extended antenna, all right? So remember, out in the field, I did the testing on the extended antenna and on the short rubberized whip. With the extended antenna on the 70 centimeter band, which is not the forte of this extended antenna, I got an excellent test. I got very little static on both antennas, actually, but excellent test on both antennas, very little static on both the extended antenna and on the short whip. The S meter reading on the extended antenna was 7.75, and on the short antenna was 7.5, kind of creeping up a little bit above that. Those results are excellent. No wonder I had people telling me when I first started my channel, please, 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 test this antenna. We want to see the results. And I'm really sorry that I didn't do that a year ago. By the way, once again, my year anniversary is coming up on this channel at the end of this month. So I'm really happy that I'm still doing it and that people are still enthusiastic about my testing and about what I'm doing and the videos I produce. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. So what do I think about this antenna? Well, it's a little on the expensive side, however, especially for a no-name antenna. However, it performed excellent. One of the best antennas I've ever used. All right. So, of course, my opinion doesn't really matter, but if you guys are looking for a great antenna, I urge you to go out, either pay the $20 or 19, whatever it was, 28, I think it was, I paid on Amazon, or go to eBay. I saw them as low as 12 something on eBay. So go out there and look for them. I even saw some on AliExpress. Now, I can't guarantee that any of these aren't fakes, even though I highly doubt that anybody's going to try and fake an antenna that was not just with a big name that wasn't mass produced. So, but I can't guarantee that. But if this antenna was a fake, it did great. If it's not a fake, obviously it was a great antenna. So, once again, I'm sorry that I didn't test this thing sooner, but listen, this is a great antenna. I can't say enough good things about it. It did very well, and it's going in my personal stash. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate your support and everything that goes along with it, and getting along to 1 year here. So, my name is Dave. My channel name is Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review, and I'm saying 73 and so long.